Well, Inktober's over and I'm very sad, but I am happy that I managed to complete a picture every day. So these are the pictures from the last 10 days of Inktober, and this is day 22, which was Ghost. I really like wolves, so I thought I would try and draw Ghost the dire wolf from Game of Thrones. Now this was an Inktense pencil drawing, and I was going to go over this with acrylic ink, and my son came in and he said, you know what, that looks really ghost-like, so why don't you just leave it? And so I looked again and I thought, you know, I think I will. And I do think he looks quite ghostly, but I will go do this picture again and I will use acrylic ink and make him look more alive and wolf-like. But that was day 22. Day 23 was ancient, and I decided to do just a tiny bit of Stonehenge, which is a huge ancient monument. And these stones are just massive, and when you stand up next to them they really are huge and impressive. So I decided rather than just do the whole ring of stones, just to concentrate on a couple of them. Day 24 was Dizzy. I did struggle quite badly knowing how to draw Dizzy, and in the end I just thought, how does my head feel when I'm dizzy? Well, it feels like everything is spinning round. It's all just a big jumble inside. So I just got full coloured pens, metallic pens, and did dots and dashes. And that's my interpretation of Dizzy. Day 25 was Tasty. I was originally going to do like a strawberry cupcake, but I couldn't find the right colours ink, and I really didn't have time to mix up liquid ink, so I ended up with the chocolate cupcake. I really enjoyed doing the paper case and the swirls. Day 26 was Dark, so I've got my nighttime scene of an owl, and I would have liked to have had more detail in the owl. I found my pens weren't fine enough to get the tiny detail. I probably should have used a brush, but I think as well I really enjoy doing birds and owls, but working bigger is better, and this is just A5, so my owl is actually quite tiny. I think I would like to do the owl again and do him bigger and get more detail into that. Day 27, I was really tired this day. It was very dark, it's very gloomy and cold, and the prompt was coat, and all I could think of was, there's lots of possibilities for coat, but I had Joseph's Technicolor Dream Coat on my mind, so that is just my interpretation, a rainbow coat from the back view. Day 28 was Ride, again so many possibilities. But I had visions of my brother and our friends when we were young, just on sledges going down the hill, and my brother and his friends always wore these balaclava hats, and we had funny clothes on because our mums didn't let us wear our nice clothes. We had to wear like odd bits and pieces. Sometimes you're wearing your dad's coat, your mum's scarf, whatever. So that was Ride. Now, 29 Injured. I did enjoy doing this. I loved doing this picture. I intended to have a butterfly on the big toe looking down at the cast, which was covered in flowers, but my hand was so shaky I didn't want to risk ruining it at the last minute, so the butterfly is just on the cast there. But I really did enjoy doing this. And day 30 was Catch. This was another one. I couldn't work out how to do this because I wasn't confident with the way that my hands were coming out when I was drawing hands. So my son suggested, why not do a baseball glove or mitt? Now I have never seen one of these for real, so I had to rely on reference pictures. And I think that it's turned out quite well with the shading. I really loved the autumn colours in this, and I enjoyed doing it a lot. So I hope that I have got a fairly good representation of a baseball glove or mitt. Now day 31 was Halloween, and normally every year I will have a witch in my one of my pictures, a witch with her little rat, and I hadn't done a witch picture at all. I wanted to get a rat in, and the prompt was actually ripe, so I planned on doing some blackberries for ripe, and there I've got a little rat there who is eating a blackberry, and he's got one blackberry in little pieces. I wasn't entirely happy with the whole picture. I would have liked to have done A4 and got more detail into the rat and the book and put my witch in, but I really was exhausted by this stage. And I did the best I could. I'm glad I got my rat in there, my book of spells, my little ghost and spider. There's some hazelnuts that are up here. So yes, it didn't turn out exactly how I wanted, but I think, you know, it's an okay picture for Halloween. So it's another thing that next year, I think, when you get to Halloween, I will do a bigger picture and try and get it how I want. It is difficult when you get to the last day of Inktober because you are tired and it is quite upsetting that you're getting to the end. I think my two favourite pictures from the last 10 days was definitely Injured and the baseball mitt, so I'm very happy with them. I did like doing Ghost as well. So it's over, so now you have to think, what next? What Jake Parker doesn't want you to do is to stop drawing. He wants you to continue your daily drawing, and that's what I continue to do, but I tend to just doodle and do my little Zentangle patterns. So this year I'm going to try to, even if during the week I don't spend as much time as I want to, I think I'm going to be working up towards smaller parts of the big picture, and then at the weekends spend a bit longer and actually creating something bigger and more colourful maybe at the weekends. And I think it's really important that when you're very tired, when Inktober finishes, not to take the break. You take a break, that's where things go wrong for so many people, because once you stop drawing, it's very hard to get back into it, to find the time. There's always an excuse that you're too tired, you're too busy. So for me, I've got my sketchbooks from last November, December, January, which I'll show you some next week of how I continued my drawing. But I want to expand on that this year because I really was just doodling and messing about, and I wasn't actually creating proper pictures. So this year the aim is that I'm spending the next few days just doodling about and designing a pattern for a sketchbook cover. But the idea is that even if in the week time I'm not doing a lot, I'm still going to spend at least 15 minutes, hopefully longer than that, every day drawing. And then at the weekends I'll have a longer session where I sit down with all my sketches and things I've done in the week and actually do a proper sort of finished picture. And that's what I'm hoping to do and to share with you. And I think if you are happy to draw every day, then it's the right thing for you to do. You want to do it, you want to do more. If you're finding that drawing every day is stressing you out, or you're not looking forward to it, then maybe daily drawing isn't for you. But that doesn't mean to say you should stop drawing. You should maybe set aside one day at the weekend where you've got a couple of hours that's entirely your time, where you can sit down in your quiet space. Maybe put your headphones in if you like to listen to music when you draw, and just relax and just draw and do something creative at the weekend. For me and lots of other people, we need that daily drawing to keep us going, to work up to doing something bigger at the weekends, and so that's why I'm going to do that. But the main thing is you draw on a regular basis, so don't leave it weeks or months. So set aside a time every day or every week and work towards your bigger pictures, your bigger projects, and that's something we'll talk about next week. And so thank you for watching my videos and looking at my pictures on the Facebook page, and happy drawing everyone. I'll see you soon.